Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Now, if you can believe it, it's over 4 years since I picked up my very own Panasonic FZ82. Now, things certainly move on. So the big question in this video is, would I still recommend you look at purchasing one? Certainly Panasonic have made it clear that they do not intend to invest in a new line of cameras to replace the FZ82, the FZ330 and their other bridge cameras, and seemingly other camera manufacturers are following suit. So these are going to possibly be the last of these types of cameras available on the market. Certainly as mobile phones have continued to up their game, they've seen off quite a lot of compact cameras and bridge cameras. Well, are they going to be next? They still do have a few unique features which I think will ultimately save them in the short term, and they may still be worth your while considering. Certainly my Samsung S22, which I'm using at the moment, takes great snapshots. It has a small zoom and wide angle lenses, as well as a 50 megapixel, so it claims, main lens, which makes you think, why would you consider the camera at all when the exposure and certainly the colors on the phone are very, very vibrant. I think there is a fantastic algorithm at work there. Certainly some of the images do come out looking better than you're actually looking at them before you take the image. Now, there are HDR modes in the FZ82. Unfortunately, you're going to have to search through the menus to find them, and straight out of the box, well, then that's not the same experience as you get with a mobile phone. So certainly when I read or hear from viewers that they have been disappointed with their Panasonic FZ82 in auto mode, I can entirely understand. The images are quite lackluster. The reason for that is the camera is in control of your photographs, and it will always default to the easiest way it can to get the exposure it wants to take. So for example, it will ramp up the ISO in order to maintain a high shutter speed, and that will lead to noisy images. For those of you who are using this camera to learn about photography, I do think the FZ82 is a fantastic stepping stone to something like a full frame APS-C or micro four thirds camera, where you've got separate lenses, things like that. But in the short term, the FZ82 has everything you need to learn photographic basics. So why is it such a good camera? Well, it does come with a mode dial, which means you can shoot in shutter priority, aperture priority, or fully manual mode, and then you can take full control of the types of images you want to take. The camera also shoots in RAW format, which if you're wanting to post-process the images, you can do that with this camera and get the results again exactly how you want them. Once you've mastered full control of the camera, you'll then find that the results you get out of the camera are much better. It just means a little bit of learning, understanding and experimenting to get the best out of your camera. Now that is something that is handy with a digital camera. There are no expenses like there are with film photography, where you would throw away all those poor results. Literally come home, if they're rubbish, delete them and start over again. The important thing is, have you learned from your mistakes? And if so, that's a good place to be, because then you won't make the same mistakes again, and you'll be able to improve as a photographer. Anyway, I digress. Back to the FZ82. One of the biggest advantages with the FZ82 is the lens. We've got a 1200 times optical zoom there. You can go further with digital zoom, but that absolutely blows the Samsung into the water, which only offers a 3 times optical zoom. I'm going to throw some examples up onto the screen of the camera versus the phone, and you should be able to see how much better quality the images are from the camera compared with phone, especially when you have to enable digital zoom on your phone to reach the same distances. So if you are disappointed with the image quality from your phone, maybe the FZ82 is still worth a look. So this wide shot from the Samsung, it's not too bad. That was taken with a 3x optical zoom on the phone, just from the position where I was sat enjoying a drink in the beach bar. The colours are nice and bright, and yeah, it's not a bad shot altogether. I'd be quite happy with that if that came out of the FZ82. Speaking of which, let's have a look at that image as well. Okay, the FZ82 taken at approximately 70mm, and again, fairly good image. I think I prefer this image over the Samsung. The Samsung looks slightly over sharpened. However, the colours aren't quite as vibrant from the FZ82, and I suppose it's which is your preference. I think if I edited the FZ82 image to look a little warmer, then we'd definitely have a winner. I think the sharpness is more natural looking than it is out of the Samsung. This time we'll start with the FZ82 zoom shot, taken at approximately 1200mm, which is the maximum zoom on the FZ82. You can see we have focused on a rock at the other side of the cove, looking out to sea. We've got a passing boat in the distance, and you can see the heat haze apparent in the image. But that rock is nice and sharp, and yeah, well done FZ82. Now we move over to the S22. Now, to actually get anywhere near the rock at the other side of the cove, I'm going to have to use the digital zoom, and well, there we go. That just shows you how bad digital zooms are, and that phones really have a long way to go. Yeah, that's just horrible. Look at the distortion in all that image. Yeah, you can't beat an optical zoom, and yeah, this just looks like one of those cheap £30 eBay cameras that you buy that are made in China and have about 1 megapixel image quality to them. This just looks horrendous. Yeah, it's quite embarrassing really for a phone to be turning out something like that and claiming to have a half decent camera on it. Yeah, I think there's still life in the FZ82 just yet. Do remember, however, that the FZ82 is very much a budget bridge camera, and it does have a few shortcomings, but it is half the price of your average smartphone, and again, I think it still will result in better images than you can get with your phone on a lot of occasions. Do also remember it isn't £2,000 worth of full frame DSLR, and I think you'll find that if you bear that in mind, you will be quite happy with the results you can get from this camera. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, found it useful, or interested in purchasing an FZ82, then why not have a look at some of the other videos appearing on the screen now, and I'll catch you in the next video. Don't forget, please do give this a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video, found it useful. Why not subscribe to the channel, and also if you'd like to, why not buy me a coffee as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.